Hey guys, one of our stores made $845K last month in revenue. And the reason why I'm recording right now this video is I would like to give all the brutal lessons that I went through in the last 6 years, and so you don't go through it. That is why. And for those who don't know me, my name is Faruk Ilkan, 28 years old, born and raised in the Netherlands, and with Turkish roots. And since 4 years, I live here in Dubai, in the beautiful, on the palm here. You can see the water here as well in the background. I'm really blessed to live here, by the way, as well, while I'm drinking my espresso every single morning. So I started in 2019, and in 2019 when I started, I had a very, very, very normal life, and like most people as well. And for me, it started very early to understand that the whole life that I was living is not what it's supposed to be in this day and age. So before all this red pill matrix bullshit, all these people who were saying all these courses on how to get rich, I'm from an age way before that. It wasn't really out there. You only had a few guys in the space, and especially in the Netherlands also, who were selling some courses on dropshipping, a few maybe, but nobody was actually telling you the right way to do it. So I had to figure it out myself. So obviously you had all these business models, and I took dropshipping because it made the most sense for me. Why? I don't know. I should thank God for it. So I started out of an urge because I wanted more freedom and I wanted to help out my parents. This was all that mattered to me, nothing else. I didn't want to sit in this room where I was with the secretaries at my internship and my work with Karens. They were complaining that they only had a 3.4% raise in their, you can say, like in their salary only last year. So I was like, there must be something else out there. So I figured out about dropshipping. I started immediately. I didn't think too much about it. I only saw it well as an opportunity to make maybe an additional $500 to a few $1,000s a month extra. So I could have more freedom. I didn't have my eyes on becoming a millionaire. I didn't have my eyes into buying all the watches that I have, or even the Lambo that I also bought like 5 months ago. No, just freedom and helping out my parents. That was my most initial thing. So I started with dropshipping, and we started with a general store. So for those who don't know about dropshipping, you have general stores, you have niche stores, you have one product stores, and you have as well, of course, branding, maybe you can say, but what is branding even? Whole another topic. So I started, and it was very hard because I know how it feels when you just start out. So I would wake up every single morning at 6 a.m., 6:30. I would get a coffee, pissed and very full of anxiety and everything. I would like hop onto my bike. I would go to the train station. The train was always fully packed, and after that I would step out, wait for another train to come, and go on the other train again, like very packed, you can't sit. And then I would go to the bus station, and at the bus station I would wait for 10 minutes, the bus would come, and then with the bus I would go to my internship or my work. And that is how my regular day in the life was. Sometimes I wish I documented even more of it, but I have some videos of it. It's very fun to watch it as well. I really knew that I had to do something else in my life. So, and then initially, guys, what happened is I just started watching some YouTube videos. I had a few friends who were doing dropshipping as well. I just started going all in because I knew that either I'm gonna endure the pain of myself, going through a lot of going through the pain of being broke, because I mean, I was never poor, but I was definitely broke. I can assure you that I was definitely broke. So I started together with my brother, and we just started testing a bunch of products with dropshipping. We started pouring all our, we had maybe 2.2k euros or 2.8k euros in total in our bank account. And just to mind you, I was like maybe 22, my brother was 24, 25. So quite broke, even like compared to our friends. And we just poured so much money because we knew that, hey, are we gonna endure all the pain of being broke and not really chasing our dreams, which was not even becoming rich, but just doing whatever the hell you want every single day, and as well like help our, you can say like retire our parents and help our parents, which I did obviously as well in 2021, right? Later, after 2 years in business, or I might go through that pain all the time, you know, because as a man you just want to conquer. Ever since in history, if you look at it, Genghis Khan, Roman Empire as we all know, Ottoman Empire, you just want to conquer no matter what. No matter what happens, you just want to conquer something, you want to win. And they understood that, but they also understood that it's going to take me a lot of pain, because I can tell you, people who are more successful than you, they are more successful than you because they endured more pain than you. Business is just one big stress tolerance game. How much stress can you handle, and can you still perform? It's like being an athlete. My mentor always used to say to me, Faruk, business, every single day you gotta wake up as if it's Champions League. Like for example, I asked him once, I said, you're like 62, 63 years old. He is very loaded, very, very loaded. And I would ask him like, hey, how can you still maintain this drive? How do you still work like that? He said, one, people were still doubting me, because one time he had cancer and people said, oh, this family business all gonna die out, it's over, he's done, you know, whatever. And then what did he do? He made a crazy comeback and he outskilled everybody, and even those people who laughed at him, he bought them. That is a boss move. He didn't flex or go hard by buying expensive material stuff, material stuff. No, he just went all in on really conquering in terms of, you know, like business and power. That's what real power also is. So, and during this whole period of time, we just poured all our money inside. And this is also an advice I want to give to all of you, because a mistake we made in the beginning as well is that we didn't invest in something that could really make us grow, right? Maybe a mentorship, maybe a coaching, maybe a course or anything. We were very greedy with this. Now, what was the consequence of that? The consequence of that was actually that it took us a long time to learn all the basics and fundamentals. If it wasn't as well for some people we knew, and we would have like grown even more quicker if we had it, you know? Because look, a mentorship isn't something all the time that is the requirement in order to become successful. It isn't, but it is something that will fast track you and bring you into like more speed to your goals. That is the main thing. That is why I don't tell anybody, like, if you don't want the mentorship, fine, right? And whatever you want to achieve in life. But it is a fact that if you enroll into a good mentorship, or you have a good people around you as well, in this whole environment, you are going to succeed way more quick, way more. So that is one brutal mistake I'd say I made. And then once we started making a bunch of money, my brother and I, we never really like balled out like insanely. Yeah, we had some moments where we did this once where we went into Louis Vuitton, Dior and stuff. We did this like back in 2020. People make content about this flexing shit nowadays, but we did that shit years ago without making any videos of it, bro. We already back then went to Dior, Louis Vuitton, whatever, all in Dubai Mall, and we were spending 10, 20k, and then we were like, oh shit, nice and cool. But then you get home with all these bags, you have that first dopamine kick in, and then you're like, oh, was this it? Was this it? That is why for me right now, every single time as I step into my Lambo, I don't get any dopamine kick anymore. I tweeted as well the other day, I said, hey, is it normal for me that every single time I think about buying my second supercar, I refrain from it? Because one, when I'm in the Uber, I can just still run my business and grow my business, which is my ultimate happiness. And as well at the same time, I don't have to endure all the stress from the traffic jams because my chauffeur has to handle it. I can just handle the stress already at my business. The stress I have in my business is already so much. Quite insane. So, and I would say my brother and I were quite lucky. We stepped into business in the right time with the right business, and also because COVID happened. Why did have COVID such a good impact on us? So as we run Shopify stores, for us, for example, sorry guys, I drink a bunch of coffee and water. Because we're in Shopify stores and we run our advertising through Facebook ads. Normally, for example, if you would pay $10 to get 50 clicks on our ad. During COVID, suddenly, if we spent $10, we would get 100 clicks, for example. Why? This happened because there were just more people on their phones. They were locked in their home. They couldn't go anywhere because there was curfew and whatever. And especially in Netherlands, well, back then the regulations were very, very strict. So more people clicking on your ads, the more money you're gonna make. It's that simple. So, and then when we noticed that and we saw our stats in our advertising manager getting better and better, we're like, oh shit, this is the luck that you see always people talking about online, in documentaries, in YouTube videos. If you speak to the big entrepreneurs, they always say that they were very lucky. And the way you force luck is by trying and trying and trying. And the way you force luck as well is by failing more times than people try, which we obviously did, you know? So we stepped into the right business model, and we knew kind of the ways into it by looking at all these videos, and we had some people around us that were also doing e-com, and we just kept going. And especially when the moment came with COVID, we pushed even harder than ever. And let me tell you, if you're a beginner right now and you're listening to this video right now, you're watching it, I can tell you now honestly, this is also one of these moments right now. There's no COVID right now, but with all the educational content of me online that you can find, where I saw the exact moment, I mean the exact way how you can make money online. If you have a few thousand like dollars, you know, lying out there, even if you don't have it, go have a 9 to 5 and save all the money and go into dropshipping. This is still one of those moments, and I'm not sure if this still is going to be around here in the next 5 years. So if you're not going to take action right now, then yeah, I mean, there's always going to be new opportunities, but how good is it going to be compared to this? Like, for me, it's still amazing. If you would said 100 years ago that there's going to be people at the age of 28 be a multi-millionaire, have all these assets, live in this crazy home here, a $1.5 million penthouse, have all these Lambo, all this wealth around it, just by 6 years of doing business, it is ridiculous. It's honestly ridiculous. And I know how lucky I am and how blessed I am as well by God. I'm favored by God. I'm pretty sure about that, you know? I'm pretty sure about it. So that's why for me, if I don't give my all every single day, and I don't spread even my message out a lot of times, I even feel at this point kind of like, yo, I'm even disrespecting God. And that's for you the same. So at first when we started, we had a bunch of failed stores. And then we had a knee brace that was making a bit of money. We were like selling this knee brace. And then my brother said to me like, hey Father, why don't you maybe, because I was the guy doing the product research and running the ads, and he was doing some other stuff in the back end. He was like, yo, why don't you just keep on doing some more product research? So that's when the moment came where I found this product. Somebody was scaling this in the US, in America, very hard, probably making at least $1 to $2 million a month with it. So I saw it in the US, I literally copy pasted it. I copy pasted the name, the product description, the video and everything. I was lucky the video had no English subtitles or anything. It was just a video showcasing the product, I mean. And I put it into my Shopify store in the Netherlands, and I just started selling it. And before you know it, within the next 6 months, we had 150k euros in profit on our bank account. 150k euros in profit. I'm not talking about revenue, I'm talking about profit. Ridiculous. And from there we started building out our team. I moved to Dubai in 2021 after having some good months in e-com. We were doing like at the end in November 2020 we did like 700k. In December 2020 we did like 1.3 million or 1.1 million, and then in January 21 we did 1.1 million. Everything was going amazing. Now keep listening, guys, because now the brutal lessons are also gonna come while I'm going through my story right now with my brother and all the stuff we went through. So we were scaling as maniacs, and suddenly what happened is we were using a payment method called Klarna, and which is buy now, pay later. So what happened is we were getting a bunch of chargebacks. So there was an issue in the payment processor where we couldn't respond on all the you can say on the disputes that were coming into us, like clients asking, like customers asking for a refund or a change of a product, or like whatever, maybe just inquiries. And then before you know it, we lost all our money. And we had a lawsuit of more of $1 million to a certain payment processor, which of the name I'm not gonna say, over $1 million, and we had to make a comeback. So when you come from a very humble beginnings, you make a lot of money, and then suddenly what happens, you lose everything. So we had to pay in total around like 800k, which we did, obviously. So a big part of it, 500k, we paid immediately, and the other 300k we paid in installments. So for the next 2 years after that, we paid every single month a big amount every single month. So this was quite painful, because I already thought that the whole pain phase was gonna be gone. I watched all the gurus online, and they told me, maybe in the beginning it's gonna be a little bit hard, but then once you go through, it's gonna be very easy. But I quickly realized it was only getting harder and harder. So that's where reality check comes in. Because listen, you know how actually winning works. When you want to strive for a certain goal that not a lot of people have, or not a lot of people they are willing to go through, because they probably don't want like bad enough. Winning is going to at first give you a punch in the head, and after that, winning is also going to choke you by the neck, strangle it until you have almost no breath anymore, and then winning is gonna stop. After he stops, he's gonna push you to the ground, slammerham you, and then winning is going to as well kick you in the head, and then give you 5 minutes to recover. After you recover, he's gonna come back again and probably stab you. But after that, after you went through enough and you really push the limits, winning is going to stop. And that's the moment. How many people are willing to go through that? In America, for example, the Navy SEALs, there's a thing called Hell Week there. So for 1 week they go through to a lots of pain, in a matter of like 5.5 days they only sleep a couple of hours, and they're wet, soaked all the time. It's not the physical aspect that's hard, it's the mental aspect. That is why, for example, all these marathon and ultra runners, they're not that fit, most of them. They are mentally fit. Mentally, it's all mental, it's all in your mind. That's it, nothing else. Literally, it's all in your mind, every single day. This is why I called my vlog series Me vs. Me, because I realized it's all in your mind. Having a fit body, etc., it's nothing. Train your mind. That is the hardest part. And this is what I had to endure in those times. Broke, making all this money, but losing literally everything and trying to scale everything again from the ground up. Now, I managed to do it. Otherwise, obviously, I won't be sitting here, right? It makes sense. So, it was a whole nightmare, obviously, but at this point, you cannot stop anymore. I had already retired my parents. Everything was feeling so nice. I had all the flowers. I was feeling rich. But then downgrading in life gotta be one of the hardest things ever, I can tell you. And the reason why all this shit also happened is because I didn't have any mental clarity in the business. I didn't really realize what's actually going on. The moment you think you actually made it and you don't feel lucky anymore, but you feel entitled for all this shit, that's when everything is going to break. Yes, when you start a business, and once you start making money, finally, you can outsource stuff, you hire the right people for it, but in the end, you always gotta take an eye on it. Even Mark Zuckerberg, for example, he's talking to 20 managers every single day. He doesn't have to, but he still does it, because he understands it's his company, he gotta be sharp on it every single day. So I think also a very important point is one of the reasons why I also managed to make a comeback together with my brother is a lot of times also I would put myself in a very lonely place. So I would travel somewhere like Dubai, I would stay there for 1 to 3 months full alone, because you only really get to know yourself if you go alone. And you really only get to become a man and develop your most like instinct skills as well that you have if you spend time alone. If you can spend time alone, and you become in a lot of ways less attached to a lot of stuff. So if some fucked up thing happens, you're like, okay, whatever, like I'll deal with it. I'll deal with it, because you don't need anybody. If you don't need anybody in life as well, no matter who leaves, you will always find a way to figure it out. It doesn't matter how, because you spent a bunch of time alone. Your biggest client left your agency, whatever. I gotta figure this shit out all myself. In the end, you always gotta figure it out all yourself. Even when you have a business partner, in the end, you gotta figure it out all yourself, all the time. So, and what is like something that a lot of people they also try to neglect in other ways on their own way to success is they want to have everything be on a silver platter for themselves and done for you. Now, let me tell you, if you want to succeed in any business in life, actually, you're gonna have to see your family less. You're gonna have to miss your friends a lot of times. You're gonna have to go through dark times a lot. You're gonna have to just generally just skip all the stuff that is very nice or like that seems very nice to you. Because imagine if all the people who have this simple life and this easy life, they're not willing to go here. The reason why you're going on that crazy level is because you're a maniac. That is why. Literally, that is why. I'm looking at my phone here, by the way, also because I made some notes in what I wanted to discuss in this video. So fast forward, my brother and I started going crazy. In dropshipping, we just find our way out again. We just found out again. Because if you have the skill and you know it, you can do it once, nice. But if you can do it again, that is when you're a real entrepreneur. You're a real entrepreneur when you can make money and lose it all and then make a comeback again. That's when you're a real entrepreneur. And let me tell you as well one thing, as well, guys. In this whole process of you wanting to become rich, you're gonna have to accept that you're gonna go broke a couple of times. And that is totally fine, because one of the most beautiful things for me that I enjoy about on me becoming more wealthy, let's say, is that I can look back at the old times, and then I realize like, hey, I was there, and I had no idea what I was doing. When I was 18 and 19, I genuinely had no idea what I was doing. I didn't know where I was supposed to go, let's say, in life. And then I look back at it, and I was trying and trying. I was sitting at 2 a.m. in my bedroom in my parents' house, and I was just thinking all the time, like, why doesn't this shit work? I'm doing everything that these YouTube gurus are saying to me. Why doesn't it work? So, yeah. And what I would say in this, but I think that is the whole beauty in it, Navar Ravikant said very nicely, by the way, in one of his podcasts. I love to watch him, by the way. Navar Ravikant, I recommend him to each one of you. He said very nicely that if you're gonna make a choice between two things, always go for the choice that is going to hurt you or give you pain in the short term, but it will benefit you in the long term. If it's the opposite, right, between two choices, always, because that is actually going to benefit you in the best possible way all the time. And also for a lot of people who struggle with anxiety and depression, you name it, the best cure I can give to you as well at the same time is you need 3 things in life, or at least one of them. So I'd say 1, God, 2, a mission, 3, kids. Pick one of them, at least. Even better if you have all of them, right? Only thing I mean, if I speak about myself, I just don't have kids for now. That's it. That's the only thing about me. But those are the most important levels. I see it with my brother, for example. He has a kid right now, like his life totally change forever for like a nice way. Like your whole purpose changes. And something that I want to give as well, a very nice advice to a lot of people, is that if everybody out as well starting in e-com, I wouldn't say to you guys is that don't look necessarily at the revenue that you're driving with the company. Profit is king. There is billion-dollar companies making a loss every single time. But for you, the most important thing is to make profits with your e-com business and invest it in long-term investments. Yes, you can also have a nice time. You can have nice expensive dinners. You can treat your family good, whatever, all this nice shit. But really, believe me, I get more and way better of a dopamine kick when I do long-term investments compared to when I buy some expensive shit, which I stopped, by the way, a long time ago even. So business profits are not personal profits. So when your business has done 100K in revenue, it doesn't mean that you have 100K in your pocket. And when your business also has done 100K revenue, keep in account that there's a time where you have to pay your supplier, your advertising costs, your transaction fees, your employees, and your taxes. What a lot of people, especially in the US, also do wrong. Taxes. And I mean, not do wrong, but they've kind of wrong, but they kind of forget about it, as you can say. And I see a lot of times where people they start a business, they finally succeed, and the first things they do is they spend money on traveling, on expensive dinners, on designer, let's say, and before they know it, because what happens is they make some money in e-com. Let's say they made 400 or 500K revenue. On paper and dropshipping, that's going to be approximately 50 to 60K in profit. But what happens? They have a payout schedule with their payment process of let's say 7 to 10 days. So the money is coming later. You have to pay for your supplier, and you finally scale. And a lot of times their backend isn't structured good yet because they aren't really professional yet. Doing 500K revenue is dog shit. That's still kind of similar to like the average salary that somebody has with a 9 to 5. Now, is that what you're flexing? Anyway, so, and then what happens is they have this money and they have like, oh nice, I have an amazing momentum, I can scale from here even harder. So, and then what happens next is that they start scaling harder. The amount of complaints they get in their store because they have no idea what they're actually selling, or they haven't really tracked it properly with their team. Their payment processor, like a Stripe, Shopify Payments, or PayPal, they're gonna hold their money. And when they do hold their money, you can't do shit. You spent all the other money already on lifestyle, and now you're stuck. And then you're like, oh wait, I need a mentorship. Maybe somebody can help me out there. But bro, you have, how are you even going to invest in a mentorship even at that point? So you're stuck. And that is why I always say to a lot of people is when you're going to, for example, pay for a consulting, coaching, or mentorship, most of the times, like, do it either when straight at the beginning or when you had a little bit of success. That is the perfect place, you know, a lot of times. Because now you're stuck. What are you gonna do? You went to this, to here, and now you gotta downgrade again. Yeah. And that's where you see where most gurus are also born. Most gurus, they are born in a way that they are there. They quickly figure out, oh wait, this e-com shit is harder than I thought. I should sell courses and coaching. And then what do they end up doing? They end up selling basically the same bullshit that they don't know how to run a business, and they're gonna teach people how to run a business. And then they're making all these TikToks, all these online all the time, and then you get all these complaints from people. Oh, I'm scammed. Like, we get them all the time, you know. If you look in the description here of this video, you will see a link where you can apply to see as well, like what I do in life and how I can also help you with your business. And a lot of times we get these people who also, of course, they click, they apply, they book a call with our team, and they tell to my team members as well, like, oh, I got scammed by this TikTok guru. It's always those TikTok gurus, always, you know. That's one of the reasons why I started posting a bit more there, to come, you know, like more with serious information. So And then yeah, what happened after that? We made a comeback. We started slowly building our team, and that's where also like kinda I would say when we started making good revenue again, etc. In the end of 2021. That's basically, to be honest, at that particular point, I started also with this whole ecom legend persona. You know, for you guys if you don't know me yet, like my name is Fark Ilkan. So that's where that was born. It was born out of a place where I was seeing people talking about online business, and I already went in the first 2 years in ecom through so much bullshit and chaos and scamming, going broke and back and forth, and I figured it out, and I was like, hey, I feel like my advice and my message this can genuinely help people, and which it did. I mean, we helped hundreds of people in the last year, like in the last years, I'd say. So this is where the whole ecom legend thing it came from. It came actually more from a quite a dark place, you know, where I also had this like urge. I was like, what are all these guys saying online? What kind of bullshit even did you go through? You know, and that is why most of these guys are also are kind of afraid when they see I like upload a video, you know, because they're like, oh shit, he's kind of exposing me. Yeah, guess what, bro? Not everybody can be the real deal. And I want to talk as well about some particular aspects. In my particular case, also, what I think I made an issue, I made mistakes in, was I was traveling too much. I didn't have a home base. I noticed that if you really want to have a consistent life where your life really grows, which brings you most happiness, is you gotta have a routine. And if you're going to be traveling every few weeks, every few months to a different place, it's really hard to build a certain routine. I don't know anybody who does that. So have a home base where you actually stay, let's say for 6 to 8 months a year, where you know you have a good network, where you know it has tax benefits also of course for your business, where you know as well you're just feeling the most, not only comfortable, but you know where like it pushes you to grow. And for me that's Dubai, for example. That's why I moved here. I didn't just move here for the tax benefits. There's a dozen other countries where I could go as well and have also these tax benefits, right? It's for a lot of other reasons. And I'd say for myself as well, one of the most important things also to understand in this business is that it's not just about the money you make in the front end in your business. So the profit that you see immediately coming in like the first month after make money, but also about your backend, building a good and proper structure, putting more time in the boring tasks in your company in order to as well have like a more exponential growth. Like I don't take insane risks. I never do it. I have a lot of friends who make a bunch of money in crypto. They pour multiple 6 figures into some meme coin and they either make a bunch of money or they lose a bunch of money. I don't like to do it. I don't like to live a life where you go too much upside and down. In the first 2 years, I already went through that. It gave me gray hair, hairline receding, just so much stress that I'm like, why should I even put myself into the stress? It's not even worth that money. That's not why I started. I just started, you know, my whole business for freedom, and I started as well at the same time to help my parents. So I don't even need those excessive amount of money. I just keep on doing the thing that feels like play for me and work for others, and I keep compounding on it every single day, and now I'm here. That's how it went, you know, really. And what I'm also going to do for you and each one of you guys, I'm gonna put my own ecom legend protocols into this video. So I have a set of protocols that help me a lot in life. So I'm gonna before we end this video, right? Because all the way here, I can make this video for hours, by the way. But before we end this video, I'm gonna give all my protocols, my biggest lessons in here. For those who are still here, if you're still listening, by the way, guys, you know, just comment here like the word legend if you're still in here, man, and show some love in the comments. So in the last 6 years, there's so much stuff I went through, ups, downs, etc. And these are 60 protocols. I call them ecom legend protocols. They're all my lessons. Number 1, the past resides in your head while the future rests in your hands. Number 2, live half your life as though you'll die tomorrow and the other half as though you live for 100 more years. Number 3, money doesn't change who you are, it reveals who you've always been. Number 4, you don't need a comeback if you've never left. Number 5, fat women are the equivalent of broke men. Number 6, success belongs to those who endure the most pain. Number 7, suffer in public but make sure to win in private. Number 8, if you're going to try, commit fully, go all the way. Number 9, create isolation when necessary. Solitude is a gift. Number 10, learn to embrace the lonely chapter. It will serve you. Rule number 11, life isn't a marathon or a race. It's a collection of sprints within a marathon that never ends. Number 12, give generously. Give, and then give even more. Number 13, always remember, when you no longer desire something, it finally comes to you. Number 14, do not fear sacrificing the good to pursue greatness. Number 15, analyze every team member closely. Don't offer free rides just because you like them. 16, set goals so unrealistic they border on impossible. Number 17, health trumps everything. Without it, nothing else matters. Number 18, never burn bridges. You might need to cross them again someday. Number 19, know your place. Never outshine the master. Number 20, create both a group identity and a common enemy for your team. Number 21, compliment team members only for exceptional performance. Number 22, challenge your team daily and push them to their limits. Number 23, build speed into everything. It's more important than perfection. Number 24, imposter syndrome can motivate early on, but it's dangerous for anyone aiming to be exceptional. Number 25, winning isn't just everything, it requires everything. Number 26, read only books that solve your current problems. Number 27, if most of your time is spent fixing instead of building, stop. Number 28, think long term but act with urgency. Number 29, play long-term games with long-term people. Number 30, if you're stuck, sit behind your desk, log in and work until mental clarity comes back again. Number 32, to lock in, listen to Shook Ones by Mobb Deep. Number 33, for inspiration, turn to classics by 50 Cent, Moneybagg Yo, and Key Glock. Number 34, call your parents every single day, and if possible, retire them. Number 35, never hesitate to do business with family or friends, just set clear boundaries. Number 36, everyone has an ego, just learn how to manage it. Number 37, never judge others by what they say, observe what they do in the end. Number 38, your best friend today might become your worst enemy tomorrow. Number 39, be cautious of those who gossip about others. They will also gossip about you too. Number 40, fast for the first 6 hours of the day and eat a maximum of 2 meals daily. Number 41, drink plenty of water and fill yourself with espressos. It is a miracle drug. Number 42, make morning runs a part of your life. They will change everything. Number 43, date with purpose. Dating many people is pointless. Number 44, stay grounded. Live simple but think big. Number 45, haters are nothing but illusions of your own mind. Number 46, never lift yourself up by tearing others down. Number 47, seek total abundance in life, mentally, financially, and spiritually. Number 48, peace will always prevail over war. Number 49, ignore what people say and focus on your vision. Number 50, emotions often sign weakness. Master them. Number 51, watch and learn from CEOs during your downtime. Number 52, if you lack motivation, read Relentless by Tim Grover. Number 53, don't just lead by giving orders, join your team in the trenches. Number 54, focus on what will benefit you in 5 years. Avoid short-sighted decisions. Number 55, think about your business even during workouts. It's a sign you're dialed in. Number 56, Have both an old and new money mentor for perspective. Number 57, life's most important rule: do good and good will come to you. Number 58, when you doubt yourself, remember, it doesn't matter how long it takes, just get it done. Number 59, motivation and discipline are illusions. Stop overthinking and take action. Number 60, he who surpasses you has simply endured more pain. So guys, this was it for this video. If you want me to make more videos like this as well, obviously comment on this video legend and comment all your learnings and also your perspective on stuff. I want to make more raw videos like this. It's going to be very valuable for a lot of people. So thank you for watching. Subscribe and show some love.